Hey guys, welcome to Outlaw Edge. Hope everybody's doing good right now. So I'm doing some brake lines, and these are copper nickel brake lines, and they also make copper brake lines, and they make steel brake lines, which are crap for rust. We're here in Minnesota. The salt hits the brake lines and it just rots them right off the car. Truck, whatever. We're working on a truck. So here is what happens. You go to take the brake lines off and they twist off, and they're just total crap with these steel brake lines. And there's cars that we've done that have copper nickel brake lines that have lasted a lot, for years, and no problems, no rot, no rust, no nothing. So the reason I'm doing the video though is a lot of people they're kind of like mystified with the whole double flare, and I don't know, it's simple. So what I'll do is I'll do a double flare for you and explain how to do it. And then that way you guys, guys and gals, you can figure out how to do a double flare. And this is a double flare here. And then there's a bubble flare, and there's a bunch of different styles that you can do. The different flares on brake lines or whatever. It just depends on what vehicle you're working on. All the fancy schmancy vehicles like the Buicks, Rolls Royce, and all those kind of cars, they have the goofy bubble flares and whatever. So, and today we're doing just a normal double flare, so I'll go ahead and do one. And the tools that you're going to need is a flare tool.
The whole kit.
Yeah, this is the kit, and then this is the tool that holds the brake lines. And you see right here, we're doing a 3/16 inch copper nickel line. So I marked it where the 3/16 inch, because I use 3/16 a lot. So that I'm not all confused about it, I marked it, and it just helps. This is the other tool that comes with, and this is a Napa 41594. It's a 5-piece set from Napa Auto Parts. And this is a 3/16 inch double flare tool. And these are the other ones. This is for the 1/4 inch and the bigger lines, whatever, 3/8 and whatever. If you're doing like, double flare that you want to use on a fuel fitting or whatever. So first thing first, I'll get the line cut. And then the next thing I'll be doing is taking this double flare tool and putting that in there, and I'll show you how to do it.
And just for your information, even I can do a double flare. I think that's what made him love me.
Shut the hell up. So anyways, on your flare, your cutting tool, this is your tubing cutter. It has a little
Sharp thing.
Sharp thing. Yeah. I think that's a technical name for it. And you can see right here that, when you cut the line off, it's squeezed in real hard. And what you want to do is take this
Sharp thing.
This tool, technical name by the way.
I'm sure they all missed me.
And this is just a reamer is all it is. And I'm sure that's what it's called, is a reamer.
Reamer is a town in Minnesota. Did you know that?
That's right, it is. That's
Yeah.
where we went to that car show.
Yeah.
We'll probably get thumbs down for that, but who cares?
We get a thumbs down from Mr. Thumbs Down Guy.
Yeah.
Hi, Mr. Thumbs
Hi,
Down
Mr.
Guy.
Thumbs Down Guy. So anyways, then what I do is I file the end, and if you want to get the camera close and show
Okay.
what I'm doing there. And it opens up that line, and then it deburrs the ends of it. And this is a deburring tool is what this is, and then you just deburr the center of the line so that there's nothing inside the line. And usually before I put a line on, I'll run brake clean through the line so that it's nice and clean. There's no, impurities inside the line, and there's also no chunks of copper or steel or dirt, rocks.
Which there shouldn't
grasshoppers,
be, because this should be
whatever.
fresh off the roll.
So this is a good trick to learn right here. This is the way I do it, and it helps so much because you'll get so frustrated and you'll forget every single time. So I take a piece of masking tape and I put it like this. And then the other thing is, every time I take a fitting out and I sit it on the workbench, get your ass over here.
Sorry.
I sit the fitting on the bag so that I still have that number. That way if I have to order more fittings, and also when it's sitting on the workbench, you see the fitting. That helps a lot, believe me.
When
But-
it rolls under the welding table and you can't
Exactly.
find it.
So
So
you want to
there's
put
the
your
trick.
fitting on, and that's your brake fitting that screws in the back of the wheel cylinder.
Good job.
I think about that
And
one.
then it doesn't run away when you're flaring.
And then the trick is, you want to take and put the brake line into this tool here,
I bet you that has a real name too.
and yeah, I'm sure it does.
So
So this is the trick right here. There's 3/16 right here. That's the size. It's 3/16. That's why they call it a 3/16 inch. You know, it's a 3/16 inch line, but there's also 3/16 inch flare. And what you want to do is you want to sit this next to the line, and you want to look at it and bring that line up until it's exactly where the 3/16 inch spacer is right there. That way you can see that. And you can see the line is up that height there. And that's really important to remember that, because that's how big, how wide the flare is going to go with that
Flaring
chingadera
tool.
And then I always take a 1/2 inch wrench or whatever size wrench, and I use this to tighten this down, because your fingers, after you do about 9,000 flares in one day, your fingers will be raw.
We use the same type of line. We use it for our brake line, and we've used it for fuel line. I think our Roadster has this for fuel line, doesn't it?
Yep.
This stuff is awesome.
So then the next thing you want to do is you want to take your double flaring tool and put it in here. And you see that little tit that's sticking out there. You want to take that tit and stick it down inside that line. Then you want to take your flaring tool. And one of the important things is when you stick your flaring tool on here and loosen it up and go over the top of the flaring tool, you want to make sure that it's nice and square and you don't have this rock on this tool so that it screws things up. You can go ahead and start tightening it down. And then what I do is I usually go like this, and I can feel when it stops. And then when it stops, I go a little bit more, pull it off, and then take your tool out of there. So you only have the line in there now. And then you want to use your flaring tool to reflare the line the second time with no tool in there.
And explain the double flare so that people understand that why you can't just flare it once.
Well, if you flare it once, what happens is you put it on the fitting that you're going to tighten it up to, and it has this guy here that tightens up to that fitting. And then what happens is that end is so thick it just splits it and blows it apart when it squishes down, and then it starts leaking. So what this does is this is kind of like a safety deal where it'll double flare it, and I'll show you what I'm talking about as soon as I get this off here. I am shaking like crazy right now.
It's because you haven't eaten or haven't had any caffeine.
I guess. Get off me.
He's being attacked by an old antifreeze bottle.
So what happens now is if you look at the fitting here that goes into the other fittings, like the back of your wheel cylinders and all that, it's flared right here. And then that's set up so that when you double flare this, it'll sit nice and flush in here. So then when you have that other flared end that comes into this and you tighten this down, it'll spread around that, and it'll cause it to compress together. It's like a compression fitting, and then they won't leak. But simple, fast, easy. And there you go. There's a double flared end. But that's about it for today. We're super busy right now. Got a lot going on, and I'm gonna get some of this stuff done so I can we have our swap meet coming up this weekend, so it's gonna be busy as hell. I probably won't do any videos until like Monday or something like that, because we got so much crap going on right now. And anyways,
we'll maybe run around and do a quick swap meet video if we have time.
yeah, I'll try to do a swap meet video or something before that if I get time. But like I said, right now things are just craziness. So anyways, I appreciate you guys watching. Give us a thumbs down if you have any comments or questions. Leave them down below.
Down.
Well, yeah, Mr. Thumbs Down guy.
Mr. Thumbs Down guy.
No, give us a thumbs up, and if you like the video or whatever, and then down below if you want to leave a comment, or if you have any questions at all, I'll try to answer. I always try to answer everybody's questions as soon as I can. But if you have any questions about the double flare or anything like that, let me know. But I appreciate all the support, and you guys have a good day. Later.